So we have a lot of the same like mutual friends and colleagues, and we know a lot of the same people in the music world. But actually, we just met each other for the first time today when I picked him up from the airport. He is an absolute delight. You guys will really, really love working with him. So please give him your absolute attention and respect, and just be the wonderful people you are. And please welcome Dr. Melodious.
You're also nice. I've met so many of you just randomly, like in the hallway or like outside, like helping me not get lost around here. So Secondly, I didn't know what to expect, honestly, but I'm blown away by everything you're doing. Like your warm up, like the way you sound, the way you listen, the way you adjust, like the music and phrasing that you're doing, like for real. It's incredible. Like you have phenomenal teachers who are making these things happen, and you are all phenomenal musicians that can bring that stuff to life. So let's start from the beginning of Melodious Thunk. What time should I be done?
You want to take like 25, 30 minutes?
Okay. Yeah. I'll try to make it around 20 minutes.
Right. Love that.
All right, so we'll just start right from the beginning. And yeah, let's see what happens. I won't even tell you how I'm gonna start it, just so that if it's a surprise, we just see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm nervous.
Like for real. So many good things. I'm going to make a couple comments just about musical things that you can apply not to just this piece, but to any piece you ever play for the rest of your life, and it's going to immediately turn up the musicianship level. If you notice yourself doing something the same, whether it's playing the same rhythm, with the same note, you add a little bit of intensity through it. You know what I'm saying? So anything like this. Anything like that. Anything. Also the second thing. I can't think of a single phrase in here that shouldn't start louder than it ends. So whenever you see any type of like rehearsal marking, any type of phrase starting, you know that whatever you do, you're going to start it and then go somewhere before you back down. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's start from the beginning again. There were like a couple, there were some weird things that I think were my fault, so let's look at that. Here's the beginning. How's the tempo? Is there anything that I'm doing too fast? I like you. Let's begin. That was one. Appreciate the fact that you're taking them on a journey like, oh, nice. Thank you for holding it down. Did y'all hear how much empty space there was in the silences? Thank you for not being nervous in it. Letting that silence exist. Letting us just be together, breathe together, play. Beautiful. Here's one thing that I'm noticing though. We have these parts that the composer's writing to be repeated. Now, they've started in one voice, switched to another voice, switched to another voice, but it should still give that type of like, go yuck, go yuck, go yuck. So make sure when you're coming in after somebody else, you start at their dynamic and give us a little more, because that's where that phrase is going. Y'all want to do it one more time? We'll keep going, Sal. Gorgeous. I want to say this one thing. Y'all had a diminuendo. It was so magical. Thank you for that. It started right there into nothing. Beautiful. All right.
Me too.
There are so many styles that you're doing so amazingly well. One thing that we have to keep in mind is when we're going from yeah, we need to make sure that the styles actually change. Like we, as a musician, we're constantly listening more than we're doing anything else. We're listening for a reason though. The reason is to adjust. So we're listening to see what the style of the music is like. We're looking at our part to see, oh my God, my goodness, I have this marcatissimo right here, and everybody else is slurred right before it. So this marcatissimo is gonna go boom. And then we gotta go back to a super shield style. You know what I mean? We gotta bring all that stuff to life. So for example, if I look right here in our part we have at C, rehearsal mark at C, we got boogadak, beep, boogadak, bum, bum. So let me imagine if I do like this. Boogadak, beep, boogadak, bum, bum. I gave a little bit of emphasis to the repeated notes, to the things that are different. And that's going to make that music come to life a little bit more. And that's not just with this piece of music, it's any piece of music, any phrase that we come across ever. Any phrase ever. Can we start at rehearsal marking C and add some of those things to life? I'm so sorry for giving you the impression that we were about to start, because I thought we were about to start, but then I remembered something. As soon as I saw a trumpet player lift up their instrument, I thought to myself, phrasing, because the trumpets right now are having gorgeously long phrases. Can you all imagine how gorgeously long the trumpet's phrasings are, and make sure we're not taking a breath halfway through? That includes one part in your phrase, trumpets. There's one phrase where you did take a breath halfway through. It's a C. It's a C. C. Imagine I press down a note on the piano. Deem, bom, deem, dee. Press that note. What's going to happen? Is it going to crescendo through? No, it's going to have a little bit of this. That's natural sounds. Entropy. Things are going to have chaos and then disappear. That's just normal in life. If you pluck a string, it's going to go boing. We use our wind to recreate those things. So when we get to this phrase, deem, bom, be, dee. We can back away naturally, but then if we add a little bit of wind, it's only wind instruments can do it. String instruments, they can try to replicate it. They can't do it the same way though. Wind instruments, we can use our wind to crescendo through that last note to complete that phrase, and it's going to make the audience member that's listening to that phrase go, oh, because that's not what we normally want to do. We normally want to take a breath right there. We do something different than the normal expectation that makes people go, wow. All right, here we go at C. Thank you for the, y'all, we have C. And C. The timpani player who's not here right now, I wish I could have some timpani mallets that I could just magically put in my hand, because they have this solo that goes, right after the 2/4 bar. So 4/4 bar. How many of us have anything other than a long note in that bar? Raise your hand. Have anything along this? We're together on that. You're looking together, the timpani's together, but everybody else, you gotta have the most dramatic fortissimo piano that has ever existed. I'm gonna take so much time right there. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, bang! 2, yigarang, yigara, yo, bo, bakachu, shaku, yo, bagara, bakun, bo. Hey, these movements are so good. Y'all have no idea how the special things that they're doing. The flutes were earlier on. I mentioned the thing that we go down, immediately put it to work, and then they have this other phrase where they go, immediately doing it. It's completely changing the life of this piece. Now, I'm blown away by how often you're noticing when you have the melody, low voices, and therefore just a measure, and then when it passes on to somebody else. We have to keep using our ears to listen, and then that second part, adjust to what we're hearing, right? And y'all doing a great job of it right now. Keep in mind, always listen for the melody to be softer than the melody. Let's start at H. H as in Hindemith, or Helen A. Butler. H. And 1, 2, 3, and. Whoa! Sorry, this is the faster section. All right. Don't go, you don't go. And 1, 2, 3, and. I've been wanting to say this since I was listening to the master class earlier. The endings of notes are the most important places for you to set yourself apart from a beginner. And I don't mean that in any condescending way. What I mean is, when we start playing instruments, we immediately focus on starting the sound, right? And at no point do we ever really get to the point where we talk about, well, that sound we need to shape our air so that sound ends all the way. Every time. Strings, they got it easy. Voices, they got it easy. Wind instruments, percussion instruments, we got to do a little bit more work. We have to control that sound all the way to the silence. So we can't go, be-do-tita, be-do-tita. You know what I mean? Did you hear the difference? I didn't do a good job of singing it just now, but hopefully, yeah, here we're at H. I'm trying to think of another H name. Jimi Hendrix. 1, 2, 3, and. Tempo. So nice. I want to challenge 2 different voices to do something a little bit differently. Trumpets, whenever you have a phrase, I need to be able to tell that you have an idea of where in this 8-measure phrase, technically our phrases are much shorter, where these 3-measure or 4-measure phrases is the most important note. And I need you to go to it. This person called Marcel Tabuteau. They have many ways of using numbers to explain making musical phrases. They taught their oboe players this. Their oboe players started taking over jobs all around the country. And then there are other people who start studying just to figure that out. The way that I use one of the methods is to pick my most important note in that measure. I give that the highest number, and then every note coming away from it gets a smaller number from where we start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's another way. Can you all count your measures right now in 4/4, and just your normal quarter notes. 1, 2, count to 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to know what I'm saying? 1, 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
Notice how your phrases are going. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this for me. Go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I repeat the 1. Ready, go.
1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's one of the methods Marcel Tabitha used to make their players make really musical phrases on things like whole notes. Imagine the difference that makes when you have a young student going toe or toe. Here we go at H. I don't think I have another H name. Since I don't have another, we're going to start at K. Rimsky-Korsakov. And 1, 2, 3, and. It's the groove. G, go. 1, 2, 3, 1. I'm not upset, but I have a question in my mind as to where there's two parts. I don't want to call anybody out, even though as soon as I say what the C of these parts, you're going to know exactly who it is. We come to the end of this, we got salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts. But y'all not throwing the salt peanuts in my face. I just keep them to yourself. Salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts. Give them the salt peanuts. There's one more. We got a little clicking clock. And with this clicking clock, y'all see Peter Pan, right? And the alligator is showing up. It's not scary if the clock is just alligators right there minding their own business. Alligators sneaking up on us. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Ho, salt peanuts, salt peanuts, salt peanuts. Do yakio. All right, can we start that? Ooh. This is the danger of using the iPad when it doesn't want to change pages for you. Okay, here we go. Can we start at ale, as in lickety? What's your name?
Austin?
Austin, I've heard about your work ethic, and I want to thank you for owning this trombone part so well.
Thank you.
Here's one thing that I want to say that's going to take you to another level. Whenever you give the impression of something that's different, you got to commit to it. You can't go, wah! We go. You got to go, wine car, go, we are, yon be. Killing it, for real. Sorry, I don't know why I can take this back. And one, I'm so sorry, it's been 25 minutes. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. so excited for this concert. Y'all are so good. I can't wait for people to see how good y'all are. And I've heard the stories about this ensemble. Man, y'all don't know how many people are proud of you. I'm proud of you now. You have an additional person. I love all of you. I loved it when your band director said that too, because you don't know how many band directors don't say that. You're amazing. Thanks for making music with me today. Yes.